Got it. Thank goodness.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm back doing what I do best, which is flathead fishing in shallow water on sand flats. So once again, as you can see in this video here, I'm using my favorite little setup for chasing these flatties, which is a Daiwa Saltus 2500D paired up with a Millerod's XFLC. Now this rod is perfect. It's strong enough to set the hook and to bring these fish into the boat, but it's also light enough to the point where it's super fun to fight these fish and you're not going to be skull dragging them in at all. So as you can see, I just keep missing these hits. Like I missed another one there, and the fish keep pulling the soft plastic almost completely off the jig head. So I have a feeling they were biting onto the tail of the soft plastic and just kind of ripping it off, but they weren't really committing to the point where they were fully engulfing it and getting the hook in their mouths as well. At this point, I just had enough of missing hits over and over again, so I pick up my other setup, which has got a Daiwa double clutch on there, and I was hoping that the trebles would ensure that any touch I got would result in a hookup.
Wow. Wow. Strong owners, my ass.
So as you just saw, that fish did a massive cartwheel through the water. Like I'll do a quick little replay on that. Like you could see in slow motion, fully went head over tail. It did a full cartwheel. But I did just quickly want to address the fact that I kind of wrote off owner hooks saying that they're weak hooks, you know, yada yada, but owner hooks are not weak hooks. They're a very good hook brand. The problem was that, well, there was two problems really. The first was my drag was too tight and it put way too much pressure on the hooks. And the other was that I wasn't using the right hooks. You know, the hooks I was using were too fine a gauge and they're just not suited for these big flathead. You know, you wouldn't use tiny little trout hooks and then complain when a massive GT straightens them out. So you just got to use the right hooks. You know, owners are good hooks. I just have to use slightly heavier hooks in the future. And yeah, learn from my mistake and don't use super fine gauge hooks when trying to catch big flathead. Otherwise, you'll probably straighten them out in 5 seconds like I did here. But anyways, back on with the fishing.
Sheesh, kangaroo in the water. Scaring the fish.
So yeah, finally hooked a fish, a little flatty here. I wasn't really talking much while pulling this in because there's a boat that you'll see in a few seconds just fully coming up next to me to have a look. So that's why I was pretty silent, you know, I was pretty shy, but yeah, enjoy the fish.
There you go. 58, that one is. Just get the hook out and let it go.
What is he?
58.
58.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it on video and everything, so I might put it on the internet. Alright. Just caught that one. I couldn't film me letting it go because some people came up to have a look and I was just talking to them and they basically like tied up next to me. We're talking for a while about flatties and stuff, but yeah, finally got one. Well, hooked one. They kept smashing it. Still sad that I lost that other one which looked a bit bigger, but you can't really complain. So yeah, just gonna keep fishing, I guess. The leader held up nicely, which is a good sign. Just gonna throw the double clutch here because it's deep water, so it's probably not gonna just get destroyed by weed too much as it normally would. Just slowly drifting out. Tide, run out tide's coming to an end, so. Oh, that's a fish. Small one. Rapid fired head shakes. Unless it's just a big one that hasn't fought yet. I'm not going to take any chances. It's huge. It's huge. Oh my days. So scared of pulling it off the bottom. Got it. Thank goodness. Get it out of the net as quickly as possible so the hooks don't catch like they did. Okay, quickly get the lure out as quickly as possible. This is why I hate trebles. Look at that, I did a different net. Imagine one of those rubber ones. Wouldn't have this problem, Josh, would you? Why are these scissors ass? Cut like your life depends on it, scissors. Okay, get them out of the way. No, stop it, you're gonna get hooked worse. Especially if you get the rope hook too, man. Okay, he's off. Get that out of the freaking way. I need to clear the boat, this is too messy for fishing. Thank you, fish. Good luck, bro. Off it goes. Woo! That was awesome. Going back to the plastic for a bit, just because the double clutch is all, the leader's all corked, so I have to retie that. So, use the plastic. Yep. Gotta get the net. Got off because I freaking lost pressure getting the net. Are you kidding me? Put it in a better spot, you moron. That's so annoying. There's a bite. Oh. One's right there. Holy, did you see the size of that?
Alright, so what you just saw there was a scene that literally almost made my heart stop. I was really disappointed watching this footage back because you can't really see what I saw in person. Basically what happened was I felt a little hit and it didn't feel like anything special at first. But then I looked in the water as I was bringing it in and it was still following it. Like this massive behemoth shadow of a flatty was just behind it. It was probably one of the biggest I've ever seen. Easily 80 plus. I'm not going to say 90 plus. Look, it could have been, but that just might be a bit, bit of embellishment. But yeah, it was a really solid fish. And look, I'm going to slow down the footage and zoom in a lot just to try see if you can see anything. So what you're seeing now is if you look just there, you can see kind of this sort of color enter the wave or the little ripple in the water, and that was the fish. It just bit my soft plastic, and I tried to set the hook stupidly. I should have let it swim a bit more, but I tried to set the hook and it just spat it out. I'm tipping, look, I'll put a little ruler up there, accurate, fully accurate measurement. I'm tipping that's 2.8 meters at least. Not quite the 3 meter, but it's definitely getting up there.
Okay. Not the one from before, but it's still a good fish. A bit smaller than I thought, actually. Probably one of the little males hanging on the big female. Still a fish nonetheless. I'll just quickly send him off. There it is. Alright, couple last casts, guys, but I think this is gonna, for the most part, wrap up this video. Do apologise that I couldn't get a big one. There was one that came up beside the boat, but yeah, it just wasn't to be. It ate the plastic, and yeah, just wasn't to be. Can't always get lucky. Lost 2, bent hooks onto my double clutch, and lost that big one next to the boat. So, a little bit painful, but as far as success goes, it's a pretty good trip. Pretty good little session. So yeah, anyways, I will keep fishing for a little bit, but it's pretty dark, so I don't think the GoPro is going to pick up much of it. So just going to wrap it up here. If I catch anything, I'll record on my phone and stick it at the end. But for now, cheers for watching once again, and I will see you next time.
Alright, this is me from the future once again. Just caught my first tailor. That's kind of weird to say. I almost feel embarrassed admitting that. I've been fishing my whole life and just caught my first tailor. I feel like that's something I should have kept to myself, but regardless, just caught my first tailor, everyone. And like I said when I finished the video, if I caught something else, I would put it in at the end. So I'm a man of my word.
Tailor, thought it was a big flatty, it went really hard. Let's get it off. Off it goes. Nice, that's interesting. Woo!